Actually, the smartest thing you're gonna hear about LeBron James versus Michael Jordan came from Kevin Garnett and Dwayne Wade.
No.
It can't be one great player of all time.
No.
It's the greatest of generations. Like, I know, you know what I mean? Like, I know.
It's GOATs of eras, bro. It's GOATs of eras.
And
No
that's
one
how we
wants to
should
hear
leave it.
this.
It's eras. He is the GOAT of this era.
Yeah.
But then there's gonna be another person that's gonna come.
Contested.
And he's gonna do something that we ain't never seen before.
And he's going to be the GOAT of that era.
Actually, that sounds really reasonable, but it's wrong. The reason we can say it is they didn't play that far apart. Jordan finally retired in 2003. LeBron was drafted in 2003. Both guys would dominate any era. It is a fair comparison, and now that LeBron has won another ring, the debate is over. This video tells the 3 reasons LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. And before you comment, you have to wait until reason number 1. LeBron's biggest argument over MJ comes at the end. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to AM Hoops. Subscribe and hit notification bells because we're still going to come out with 5 videos per week, even in the off season. But that's all I'm going to say because this is a huge video. Let's get into it. And reason number 3 that LeBron is now the GOAT is rings aren't everything. We have to start with the rings because obviously MJ has 6 to LeBron's 4. But if it were all about rings, Bill Russell would be the GOAT with 11, or Tim Duncan would be better than LeBron with 5. But rings aren't everything. I've heard people say that MJ played in a tougher era and that this era is soft. Actually, LeBron had the more difficult era. He would have 5 or 6 rings if it wasn't for the super team era. The NBA literally assembled the superest team ever with 4 Hall of Famers just to beat LeBron. We'll never see it again. In 2016, the NBA salary cap made a record jump to a record high, and that allowed Golden State to sign Kevin Durant to a 73-win team. LeBron should not be punished for being in the era that allowed the KD Warriors. A lot of people hold LeBron's finals record against him. He lost 6 finals while Jordan won 6 finals MVPs. Would they rather have LeBron lose in the conference finals and have a perfect finals record? People forget it's a team game. While MJ had Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, and others, LeBron lost in 2018 to the KD Warriors after Kyrie Irving left. In 2015, no Kyrie or Kevin Love to injury. In 2014, 4 Hall of Famers beat him while his health was aging, and in 2007, LeBron took the worst supporting cast to the finals. The only real knock I will accept is losing in 2011 because LeBron was legit bad in that series to Dallas. Besides that, LeBron has been to the finals 10 of the last 11 years. He's been a beast in every finals except 1. He is not the reason his teams lost. And for people who knock LeBron's NBA Finals record, he actually has more NBA Finals records than anyone. The list is too big to read off, just look at the numbers on your screen. Forget that he's 4 and 6 in the NBA Finals. Again, that is a team stat. This is what the individual numbers say on the biggest stage. It is a team game, and LeBron is the only person to win as the best player on 3 different teams. Rings matter, but ring count is not the end of the argument. Reason number 2 is bias. I really think in like 30 years, people will look back and say, obviously LeBron James is the GOAT. It's just different when we're watching something happen than remembering it. Michael Jordan gets the benefit of nostalgia. His career is either an awesome memory to those who watched it, or a 10-hour epic documentary called The Last Dance. Plus, so many people hate LeBron James. Everyone outside of Miami was rooting for the Mavericks in 2011 after the decision. LeBron was named America's most disliked athlete in 2012 by Forbes magazine. Jordan, on the other hand, was a poster on the walls of every fan alive, and he's got an iconic shoe brand. People idolize Michael Jordan and hate LeBron James. That is bias. When all that dies down, decades from now, people will say LeBron was the GOAT because they won't have that bias. But reason number one is making his teammates better. If Michael Jordan was better than LeBron James, wouldn't he have won more without Scottie Pippen or Phil Jackson in the regular or postseason? Why is it that no matter who his teammates are or who the coach is, LeBron James always seems to win? LeBron has been to the finals with 3 different teams, 5 different head coaches. LeBron is the #1 factor in every single championship run. He's the only player top 10 all-time in scoring and assists. And LeBron will be the NBA's all-time career points leader when his career is over. He already passed MJ and Kobe. He will pass Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Obviously, Michael Jordan was an assassin with a killer instinct and a confidence that LeBron just doesn't have. If I wanted someone to take the last shot, it would be Michael Jordan. MJ would beat LeBron James one-on-one, but pro basketball is not one-on-one basketball. LeBron's best attribute is his IQ. He makes his teammates better. He'll turn a C player into a B or a B player into an A. If I was to start a franchise, it would be with LeBron James. LeBron makes his team so much better than they should be. His best team was probably the 2013 Heat. They went 16-7 in the postseason and almost lost to the Spurs. MJ's best team was the greatest of all time. The 96 Bulls won 72 games and a title. Jordan also had the 91 Bulls with Pippen and Horace Grant, considered a top 10 team. LeBron never had help like that, but he elevated what he did have to the finals almost every year. Even take this year, for example. The 2020 Lakers are LeBron James, Anthony Davis in a below-average roster. And speaking of eras, yeah, Jordan played in a tougher era, they had the hand check, but LeBron has had to evolve and dominate across eras. He came up in the mid-2000s when it was a lot like 1990s basketball. Big men dominated, it was more of an inside-out game. Right when he gets to the peak of the sport, everything changes. Old school guys like Charles Barkley said, oh, a jump shooting team will never win a title. The Warriors not only won, they changed how the game was played. Those old school guys would never have survived that revolution. But instead of being phased out, LeBron reinvented himself and started shooting more threes. Most old guys age into a post-up game. LeBron's game has gotten even more perimeter-oriented. He's now 15th all-time in threes. And one more note about era. LeBron had to deal with the social media era. He had to figure out what worked and eventually did his whole zero dark 30 thing before winning with the Miami Heat. Jordan never dealt with that. But the best example of LeBron making his teammates and his teams better and why he's the GOAT is what happened to those teams after he left. Twice, the Cavaliers went to the bottom of the league and Miami melted. Jordan, when he left for baseball in 1993, the Bulls probably should have made the NBA Finals. Look, it's a really close argument, and I'm not taking anything away from MJ. He's amazing. But LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.